All right. We back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil. And tonight we back with another video reaction. Now check this out. We got Lucky from Hood Stocks once again, bro. But this time, it's a double header. We got Lucky from Cali Legends Media. Two Luckies that are very unlucky got caught saying something derogatory towards the black community. And I thought we was done with Lucky from Hood Stocks, but he had a news segment on Sunday and they brought up Lucky, the other Lucky. So let me make this clear real quick for those that don't know. There's two Luckies, one from Northeast LA and one from East LA. The one from Northeast LA is the one that said the, African so-and-so, right? Thought we was done with that. The other Lucky is from East LA. He's the one that, had the back and forth with that guy. They're from the same area. Both named Lucky. Both got caught saying something derogatory. And since I thought we were done and I didn't want to react to the new Lucky, but then all of a sudden Lucky from Hood Stocks is making videos about it. So I said, man, bro, if he making videos, people looking at me funny, thinking that I don't want to talk about this, in which I don't. I'm trying to move on, but I got to, cater to all my watchers, bro, to all the chat, the black homies, the Mexican homies, the white homies, the in-between homies, the paisas. I got to cater to everybody, bro. Okay? So, if you look in the comments, you're going to see 20 to 30 comments, people asking me to react to Lucky from Cali Legends Media. So, look, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to see what Lucky from Hood Stocks got to say. I'm going to give you my input, and we're going to move on from this. Because right here at the Hater World, we don't look at color. We just look at righteousness. If you a solid individual, let's work together. If you a righteous homie, let's get to work. It don't matter the color. We just had J.O. Felony. We just had L-Boy. We just had Munchie B. We just had Grave Digger. Different colors, different races from all walks of life. They all solid and righteous. And that's all that matters, bro. Other than that, we don't care. Leave the race baiting and rage baiting and all the back and forth with the, oh, you're black, oh, you're white, oh, I own this, oh, I started this, oh, my family. We don't give a fuck. Not here, at least. To each their own, though. We respect everybody and their beliefs. Like, whatever you got going on, that's cool. Just don't bring it over here. Whatever you got going on, that's cool. Just don't bring it over here. But let's get into this video. Let's kill two birds with one stone. Salute to Hawila Media. They've been on top of this topic. Hater World Media does not cover this kind of stuff. So I couldn't really, post it over there. And the team don't really post, rage baiting type of stuff. But I will give it up to Neighborhood Fools and Hawila because they did place us at number 12 on the top 15 Cali media pages. Mark my words, next year will be top 3. All right, but I will tell you, I only have one suggestion here. Spot number 2 should have been Cam Capone. Straight up. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. Lucky from Hood Stocks reacts to East LA OG calling black people so-and-so. The blacks speak in Swahili. Swahili is an African language, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a language like that's off the coast. The little bit of research that I've done. If I'm mistaken, leave it down below. But let's go ahead and see what Lucky got to say.
Ironically named Lucky, who casually said the word mayate, during his live
I
stream.
know you're talking about the homie Ricardo.
Okay, Ricardo. I don't know anything. No, this is just a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah, he's talking about
Hood Legend.
Cali Hood Legend.
There you
the
go.
homie from Maravilla, Steve.
Oh, is that who runs that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky.
Oh, the old school dude that sits in his car and does videos?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is the first I've ever heard of him. I don't know much about him, but he was just making a conversation about, I don't even know what it was about. And he just casually said my out there.
Okay.
But he kept going.
So let me say, first off, if you look up that the definition for that word, first it starts off
Here we go again. Fuck the definition. Fuck the definition. It's how it was said. It don't matter, bro. Like, let's look at the definition for beaner. What the fuck does it matter? If motherfucker called me a beaner, what the fuck do I give a fuck what the definition is? Straight the fuck up, bro. Like let's continue. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. That's the thing.
like a beetle, like a black bug, you know what I mean? And then it goes further into derogatory terms towards black people, you know what I mean? But let's think about this though, bro. So the word started, bro, in the penitentiary when dudes are speaking Spanish, bro.
There was a podcaster.
So the blacks don't know what they're talking about, what the Mexican dudes are talking about, or the Latinos are talking about. That's how it started, bro. Let's talk about Swahili, bro. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's some derogatory terms in Swahili.
Shit,
when the
Dark,
Crips,
do you know any Swahili? Because I don't know shit about Swahili. I don't know about Kwanzaa, none of that shit.
The Crips and Bloods speaking Swahili. So potentially, jail terminology, bro, started with, so if the black neighbor, or if you're speaking on a tira, you know what I mean, that they don't know what you're talking about. Like a word is used, llanta, you know what I mean? Which is a tire, dog, you know? But it's just to throw them off from conversation for the blacks that are...
a black person, llanta.
Well,
I'm assuming,
black.
right? Okay, yeah,
It means black, bro.
exactly. Yeah, I get it.
That's crazy because my little sister, we used to call her Llantita when she was little. You know, but like, again, it depends how you fucking say it. My little sister, Llantita, you know, funny because she used to roll around in circles like a tire, you know. So it all depends how you say it, the aggression behind it, you know, and the reason behind it, most importantly.
No,
Yeah, I get it.
well, you can say it's racist, bro, but it's people trying to communicate.
So it definitely
in a
started
system. There. It's prison thing, bro.
Yeah,
it's
it
prison.
started there.
Yeah,
but in the street, if someone calls you a mayate,
I mean,
right?
you don't. Fools don't talk like that on the streets.
I haven't.
So the black.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, bro. You know what? I'm going to take that back. No, they talk like that on the internet comment boxes, not in the streets. Yeah, you're right. Lucky's right. He said, no, they don't talk like that on the street. They don't. I'm trying to recall the last time I heard anybody say that. I can't recall. But I see it in the comments a shitload.
When there's war or there's conversations being had where other people can hear it, you know what I mean? That we're trying to make it so the other race, the opposing race, if it's black, if it's white, if it's Asians, I mean, white's got, you know what I mean, all kinds of different names. You know what I mean?
Peckerwood, all the right.
There's words that are used that potentially can, as you go down to the definition, now they're used as derogatory terms because the word was used in an act of war or an act of prison violence, riots, where people were trying to communicate, and we didn't want the other brothers or the white dudes or the Asians or the others to hear what we were talking about and be able to put it together. But once again, you know what I mean? I don't want to. I'll say this: that the blacks. I've been on a 4-yard where they talking about they speaking Swahili, bro. You know what I mean? But all this crazy shit, and it's like, bro, what they saying? So there's got to be some derogatory terms in that. When there's war or there's
Okay, let's hear what this OG got to say. Salute to a Cali Legends Media. I've talked to him once over the phone. I've had one interaction with him, and it was good. So, I mean, as far as me saying salute to him is based off of that interaction, okay? I don't know what he said, and I haven't heard it yet at all. I see it in the comments. Hey, Blue Devil talking about Kelly Legends, talking about Kelly Legends. I've been seeing it, but I haven't seen no clip. Now, I will tell you, I was reacting to one of his videos. I think it was this one. And I noticed that the video was spliced. It was cut. And I even said in the video, I wonder why they cut it. It seems like they chopped a piece out. And people in the comments were trying to tell me, but nobody had a clip. And I haven't seen it yet. So I'm about to watch it for the very first time. But I have read the headlines, though. That's for sure.
Your ignorance out on social media. Another thing, I went out and I got behind you when you went and talked to that Maya because they had the impression that you were representing somebody. And you don't represent nobody, homie, but yourself. You know, and you should have made that clear to them. You should have said, hey, man, I'm not talking for nobody, representing nobody. This is just my opinion. You know? So what I did was try to go slip up behind you, try to put fires out. Because I heard what you said and I heard what they said after you left. So you got everything all twisted and all.
Okay, if I remember the reaction that I did, he's talking about Mañoso, Marv, that guy. He's basically saying, because that dude right there, he went over to the Viral Crybabies podcast, and he started yapping about how he teaches black history and he's an important guy and he knows this and a bunch of weird shit, right? So I guess OG was trying to. OG did have an issue with the Viral Crybabies as well, because he went over there trying to correct them and tell them, "Hey, this fucking weirdo don't talk for anyone." So he went over there trying to clarify it, and now that he's making a video talking to that guy, said the M word. Look, at the end of the day, whether it's a word that started in prison or whether it's a word that started because of war, may be true. I don't know. Lucky would know more than me. You know, regardless of where it came from, if you're saying it in a derogatory fashion, then yes, bro, it is. I don't want to say racism, because it wouldn't be. I don't want to say racism. I just want to say it's fucking disrespectful, bro. I don't think the OG Lucky is racist. I think the word is disrespectful. It's like if somebody were to call me a beaner or a wetback. I mean, I don't give a fuck, but it's still disrespectful. I don't think someone calling me that makes you a racist. I think it makes you a fucking dumbass. You know, because I know people say stupid shit when they're fucking angry or out of having that what's that shit called, bro? What is that shit called when you got like a you know, when you're so used to saying something or doing something that now it's a fucking habit. There you go, it's a habit. And this OG been to prison a gang of times, so I'm pretty sure it's a fucking habit. And boom, you know, he said it. And I don't think he's racist. I just feel like he did something he shouldn't have done. Say the word. Once again, when I see blacks on the internet saying stupid shit, I don't think they're racist. I think they're stupid. I think they're dumb. The same thing goes for Mexicans. When I see Mexicans saying stupid ass shit, I go like, damn, fool, you're fucking stupid as fuck. I don't think they're racist. I think that if they were in the same room with a black or a black in the same room as a Mexican, it wouldn't be no problems unless it's real problems. And when I mean real problems, I mean like you can't put like a gang member, right? I don't want to use nobody's hood as an example, but you know, it's just imagine a gang in Compton, a Mexican gang in Compton, and a black gang in Compton, you know, and they're rivals in the street. You can't put the Mexican and the black together because they gonna be racist towards each other, bro, because they hate each other because of the gang aspect. But if you put like a black gang member from like, I don't know, let's say I don't know, Riverside, and a Mexican gang member from like Whittier, they're not gonna be racist towards each other or disrespect each other because those places don't have that friction. So I really feel that people that say that stupid shit, if your hood or your section don't have that beef with that other color, you just saying it to be stupid, bro. Straight up. You're just saying it because you're dumb, you're mad, you're angry, you're talking shit. You want to be disrespectful. So once again, I don't think Cali Legends Media is racist. I think he's just out of habit says some dumb shit. Now, yeah, he's fucking wrong. He's wrong, but then again, he also clipped it out. He apologized. He came out and said he was wrong. I mean, so what can you do? Well, I mean, you got to hold him accountable. That's a fact. And I think he's being held accountable now. I think people now, all the black homies that are making videos on him and Sixing the Life, they're holding them accountable. And now Lucky made a video. I made a video. I mean, how much more accountable can you hold them? Now it's him having to do better. Now he got to do better. Now he gotta move different. Now he gotta think before boom. It's a touchy situation, bro. And I truly don't like to tap into this, but sometimes when this trending news and the chat wants you to talk about it, you got no choice. You got no choice. You got to try to satisfy everybody, even though it's impossible. So look, 2 luckies, very unlucky in December. Hopefully their luck can change for January. I don't blame the black community for being in an outrage. I don't think Lucky is racist. I think they said some stupid shit. Creatures of habit. Hopefully everybody can do better. Hopefully everybody, can move forward. Now look, I did see Compton Rick Rock, and he said, I don't see no racism in the streets. It's only in the comments. That's true. I'm outside all day, every day. And I'm around blacks, Mexicans. Bro, I never see it. But in the comments, you're going to see in these comments, bro. You're going to see other little wannabes running their mouth. But then you go to their accounts, it shows no face. So don't even think about those people. But you know what I've noticed? A lot of times, bro, content creators will look in the comments and they'll see, they think they're Mexicans because they'll be saying racist shit towards blacks. And then the black content creator will believe it. Or you'll see a Mexican content creator read a comment and they think it's a black person being racist and they'll believe it. Man, come on, bro. If you're a content creator in 2026, stop believing the comments. Stop reading the comments. All right. And with that being said, salute to everybody. Hit the like button. Hopefully we'll leave all this bullshit in the past. Time to make money. All right. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's go.